like to thank everybody for being here today. My name is Craig Bowden, and I have a special announcement. Um, After a lot of talk with my family, my wife, my kids, I've decided that I'm going to formally announce that I'm running for the United States House of Representatives for Utah's 1st Congressional District. I chose to do this because every day when I look at my children and I look back on the past, I can see the freedoms that I once had and the freedoms that are slowly slipping away. One of the things that has been very frightening is the rapid encroachment of liberties on the American people. And I chose today, July 4th, because of the symbolism of this day. It was back in 1776 that we declared our nation independent, that we would no longer be governed by a tyrannical government. And yet we sit here today and we're experiencing it again. So that's why today I would like to make a call to every American citizen that we declare ourselves independent of the two major parties that have been slowly destroying freedom over the last couple hundred years. Each one of us has power when we go to the ballot box, and that power is our vote. I will be working very diligently and hard over the next year with other candidates across the nation to identify those who are going to be standing for individual liberty. People who are going to stand up against the status quo and say we will have no more. We're going to make them listen to us. We're going to tell them that they cannot spend away our children's future, that they cannot listen in on us, that they cannot collect data on us without warrants, without being suspected of a crime. We're going to tell them that we need to address the issue of police brutality, and that it must come down to where officers who cross the line are held responsible. We're going to tell them that we can no longer accept the blank check from the Federal Reserve. That system needs to be overhauled. We're going to tell them that we've had enough. We've had our limit of what we can do. We're sitting with over $18 trillion in debt. And that is mortgaged on our children's future. It's going to be on the backs of our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. We can no longer sustain this path, and it's time to tell government that we cannot do it. We need to tell them that we will not be involved in wars across the globe, that we will intervene in every conflict that comes up. Our young men and our young women right now are fighting in wars and conflicts that have nothing to do with the United States. It's time to end those wars. It's time to bring our men and women home. It's time for us to usher in a new age of peace. Those are the messages that we need to be sending to Washington, D.C. in November of 2016. But I can't do it alone, which is why I'm asking you to come through, not only vote for me, not only donate to my campaign, but to help out other candidates that are sitting there fighting for your rights, that aren't just paying lip service to liberty like the Democrats and Republicans have done for the last 150 years. It comes down to you, and that's what I've come to ask you today, to stand with me. My line that I use in my campaign, as you can see on these signs, is clear vision to help restore America. That vision will bring us back into an age where America was great, where individual liberty was number one. But again, it comes down to you. Are we going to accept the status quo, or are we going to fight against the usurpation of our rights? I thank you for joining me here today, and I thank those who are viewing today. I hope that God will see us through and that He will bless America again. Thank you. Good evening.
Should I press the pause button?